welcome back to Farming Simulator. And slightly rarely, and this may not be the whole video, but I have a bit of time to record some stuff live-ish. So here we are. It's been quite a while since I played on here. I don't actually remember which, and I'm playing with the wheel, which has been even longer, and I don't remember almost any of the mappings for things. So yep, that's fun, and it looks like this is going to be a bit of fun to get out. So if we can use some of my best driving skills. And so I don't think I've used the wheel in probably a good couple of weeks, and I don't think I've played on here since last weekend, and it's the weekend again now. So yeah. Since the last video, there's been a few more contracts done. So the money has gone up a little bit more. Let's jump in the Merlot. Didn't even look. Got 500. We probably want more seed. And we probably want some fertilizer as well. So, yep. Starting the engine. Good first move. Right, so we've got some seed here. Doesn't look like we've got any fert, so it could be a challenge. Could be a challenge. So yeah, I don't think I'm not going to go on about it. Don't worry. I haven't done much on here or anything on here playing wise. Maybe I did. I was going to say I haven't done anything since Llama, but maybe I have. I'm not sure. Hey. I remembered it. I really need to. I want to get to using the wheel more, but things have been manic lately, and so I'm playing when I can, and that doesn't mean that I can always sit and do this. So yeah. How much seed is that? Got 1,000 litres. That should be enough. Should be enough. So we do need to get some fert delivered. So let's just So actually, set it to a delivery point. This save used to be labeled as hard mode, and it kind of feels like it's got away from being particularly hard. And yeah, I don't consider using store deliveries to be part of that particularly. For me, and I say it quite almost to try and justify it, I guess. I don't feel that your average farmer, is there such a thing as an average farmer? So the reason I'm doing this job with the clock turned right down is I haven't planned very well to make this video. So I'm not entirely sure what needs to go in all the other fields. So I'm just leaving it on slow time, and we'll make this video. And I might make another one on here as well this week. We'll see. Yeah, I'm not really going to talk about why things are a bit manic at the moment. It's real world stuff but yeah, I don't particularly want to talk about on here. So, but yeah, life is. I know I say it a lot, but so life's not necessarily been more busy this week. It's been much more stressful. I'm going to say that. Yeah. Why there wasn't a Diddley Scott video this weekend, because I was mega stressed on Friday. As I said to Cartech, I didn't feel like being entertaining. So we hung out for a bit and had a chat, but yeah, didn't feel like being an entertainer, which is part of what this is, weirdly. So yeah, I just kind of we chatted for a bit, and then had some stuff to do, and that was Friday, really. That was Friday. You probably will have seen actually by now, I made a few of the tutorial videos that have come out recently, because this Clash does do the brakes. This might sound a bit weird, but I find making those much more relaxing. Not necessarily relaxing, distracting, and distraction's been really important lately for my sanity, shall we say. So I'm going to be putting barley in, and where we are headed is to the field that last time we put carrots in. So I think I said that my plan is I only planted part of that field with carrots. It actually really confused me when I when I loaded the save up initially, because I'd forgotten that the plan was that I would do that. So, yep. And I said, why did I stop after I planted half a carrot field? Half a carrot of fields? Half a field of carrots. And that was why. Because, yeah, I am planning to do something slightly different. And I think I said before, this was an approach. I was going to say tactic, but that's probably the wrong word. An approach recommended by Rural Pilot, who is one of the patrons. And a real-world farmer in Canada here. He's not actually from Canada here, but he farms up in Canada, or the last time I spoke to him, that's where he was farming. So, yep. And what we're going to do is we are going to be planting the headland and the remaining area of the field, because it's not really just a headland, with barley. So, yep. Try and back up into the corner. So yeah, I've done... I'm not sure how they're going to release yet. I think I probably would have released at least 2 of them. A bunch of little kind of... I'm going to say easy videos. Knock the cruise control down to... Oh, why doesn't cruise control want to go? Because I'm pressing the wrong freaking button, that's why. Oh, jeez. I know what I'm doing, honest. A couple of really easy videos lately, so... you know, the game-changing mods, I renamed that video about 3 times. It was, you know, it was originally going to be my must-have mods, and then it was going to be essential mods, and I realized, as I was uploading it, I realized that I'd done a video previously with a very similar title, and to be honest, probably there were a lot of the same mods in there, because the mods that I use often haven't changed a lot, but it's one of those videos that is, we probably want to put that on automatic application at this point. It's one of those videos which is going to get a decent amount of views. It generates a lot of interest normally, in terms of, you know, people do often, not often, people do occasionally ask about, you know, the kind of different mods that I use and stuff. So it was a video that I'd kind of been thinking about making for a little while, and just kind of sat down on... When did I make that? I did most of that on Friday morning. So I said Friday was very stressful, and it was, but that stress came in the day. So and then, as I said, things got really pretty stressful, and so I managed to finish it off, and then did the one on VCA and Proceed, which is a really cool little video. I hadn't realized that they'd updated VCA. I am not running Proceed on here, so it's not relevant, but yeah. And I lost track of where I'm going with this, but anyways, yes, I made some easy videos, and I brake. So clutch does not brake. Dope. Ah, well. Little bit of dead there. I've noticed that I guess Cavalier has implemented some different crop textures on here for some things in one of the updates that I applied. I kind of like them. And I guess it would be nice if it didn't go to brown just because it had been run over, but it's I think it goes to the withered texture, which kind of you do want to be brown. So yeah. All right. One of the other fun things that's going on at the moment. No break. Well, I know what I'm doing, honest. I know what I'm doing. So, what I don't remember is most of the controls that I've got mapped to the wheel, because I'm not using it very often. I think I've said, and some of this may not make sense to some of you, but because where I'm doing this, because I'm using the desktop computer, I will have up to 3 computers connected to the same set of monitors, keyboard, and mouse using some. And that's been working really well since I brought it a while ago. This week, it has started to play up a little bit. And annoyingly, I think anyway, only really on this computer. So it's something that's going on with the connections on this computer. And so every so often it will kind of reset the connections. I thought I'd got it sorted because I had a reasonably long period of using it where it didn't do anything. Actually almost feeling like it's time related, which is kind of weird. It suggests it's a process on the computer rather than the switch box. Anyway, I wasn't planning to talk about this because I thought it had gone away because they did a bunch of updates on the computer yesterday and I thought they fixed it, but clearly they haven't. So a bit more fault finding on there. But yeah, just as I was about to start running one of those rows, then both screens went blank, and that's not good when you're trying to see what you're doing. So yeah. According to Mr. CDP, and the guy knows his mods, we had one of the biggest mod drops ever this last week in game, and there were some ones in. I'm really bad because I'm talking about something and I've not really prepped enough to talk about it. And I'm just going to jump. I'm going to do what you really shouldn't do when you're driving an automotive vehicle. But hey, we are on a field and it's virtual. I've just grabbed my mobile. Don't phone and drive, and certainly don't internet and drive, which is what I'm doing. It's fine. It's in a controlled environment, and I crash all the time anyway in game, so it'll be okay. We're not going to crash anymore. Anything that we damage is virtual and is very well insured, so it's quite nice actually. One of the benefits of playing on the wheel is I am able to do most of this one-handed. If I had all the buttons mapped, I'd be able to do all of it one-handed, but hey, at some point I'll get around to setting this all up properly. But yeah, there were a few mods in there that jumped out to me from what I remember. The old fence definitely need a look. I'm not sure if they're completely new or not. I'm trying to scroll and not drive over the edge. So one thing that will surprise you that's piqued my interest, and it's somewhat relevant to this, is the Kelsa forestry cranes. Because they have a really nice looking log grab in there, and I am considering doing some forestry on here. I'm considering buying one of the because we've got loads of cash, and land doesn't lose value, and as we know, land is king. And less relevant in this, but it makes me laugh when it annoys Cartech, so hey, why wouldn't we want to do that, hey? Let me just get this backed up and in place. There we go. So we want to lower that down, we want to get forwards gear, we want to put cruise control on. Yeah, I'm really tempted to get one of the forestry plots on here, and we can make some money clearing some trees, and then when it comes around to us, am I actually putting crop in the ground here? Yes. When it comes around to us wanting to refresh the kit, we can just sell it off and we'll have the money. So that's kind of piqued my interest. There's the Gyrax Big Confort. I used that on Sandy Bay, one of my favorite ever Let's Play series. So it's kind of nice to see that back. That thing is a beast. Holds so many bales. What else? What was it that jumped out at me recently? So I'm just going to scroll through while we have a natter and find what it was. Did I lift the seed there? I did not. Bad me. Bad disturbed. I'm wearing a t-shirt today, which I picked up from QWERTY. I think that's what they're called. I always see the ads on Facebook, and I've always kind of liked their designs. Never actually bought one, but they had one that said, "Do not disturb. I am disturbed enough." And I had to buy it. Stop. Change direction. Then go. This will get easier once we can get GPS running. Yeah, I'm not doing myself any favours by trying to do a headland and use my phone at the same time. Trying to find this darn mod that really piqued my interest. I'm almost tempted to stop the tractor for a moment. Going uphill will do a good enough job of stopping the tractor, so right. Lots of buildings in this massive drop. A diesel tank is quite... Oh, there's a new silo pack. I like these. So I've got a silo on my patron save, which is Homebrew Productions. Interesting. Surprised that's made it onto Mod Hub. Fences, that might be interesting. There was some new engine sounds. Always like me a new engine sound. Better Weeds prefab, that was one of them, and probably the Lime Textures prefab as well. I think those were the ones. Yeah, those were the ones that had piqued my interest. Yeah. That was it. And I guess actually since we've spoken, Simulation for the Nation, that's it. I was trying to think of the acronym, but I couldn't get that out of my head. Simulation for the Nation's map has released, and you know, it's going to bore some of you because the UK map, I know. Let's actually lift the cedar up. Some of you don't like all these UK maps, but hey, it's a nice looking map from what I've seen. I've not actually loaded it up, but the little bits that I've seen, it's a nice looking map. So, but I keep speaking about the fact that we are headed to the mainland very soon. Not very soon, after harvest here. And the first area that we have booked in to go tour is somewhere in... Is it Thagaria? I'm not sure of the pronunciation. You guys love making me pronounce difficult words, but yeah, that map's piqued my interest. It's a big map, so it will work for the fact that this save is used for multiplayer sometimes. So that will work. Keep forgetting to raise that. Oh, yeah, that's kind of cool. We'll do one down here, and we'll pull this side good. So yeah, we are. I haven't loaded the map up yet. I've downloaded it. I almost want to do it blind. I'm kind of curious what you guys think about that. Is to just load the map up and have a look around it while I'm recording, and maybe a bit like this, so it's sort of live, and just see whether there's a farm that piques my interest, and whether we might move there. I guess that's the thought. I've been doing a lot of testing on Zalonka. Now, I'm not going to play Zalonka. I don't particularly like playing Giants maps. Sorry, Giants. I don't think you're watching anyway. So, but yeah, I don't particularly like Giants maps. So I'm not going to play on Zalonka. But the style is kind of intriguing. You know, the small, long fields does intrigue me. So, I mean, there are plenty of Eastern European maps, so that's not beyond the wit of man that we could find somewhere like that to go visit and have a look around and see if something like that is appealing, you know? Appealing as we go past the carrots, which you would probably want to peel before you ate them. Tenuous dad jokes are tenuous. But you're not here for the quality of my humour. I'm not going to ask why you're here. Right. I want to jump into VCA. 45 degrees, that is good enough. And get the working width going. And yeah, we're just going to run up here. And then we'll just start doing up, down rows along here. And get this barley in the ground. And I don't have my mini keyboard set up. That would have made this infinitely easier. I think it's downstairs with my laptop. I really wanted to take the opportunity to not be able to see a bloody thing. No, to actually use the wheel and stuff, because it's been so long. And also just kind of have a chat as I played, because that's kind of fun as well sometimes. yeah. So the plan for this bit of field is to whole crop it. I think I've said that anyway. We'll whole crop this, so probably it'll be mowed and baled for whole crop silage. No, I don't want to go 3 or 4 across. Jeez, let's go back and fill in that one I missed, hey? So, I gotta say, you guys that I need to not turn the wheel. You guys that do this talking and playing all the time, hats off to you. It's much more complicated. Anywho, yeah, we're gonna whole crop silage it just because we can get it done quicker. We can get it off the ground, off the field earlier, but probably everything that we silage we're going to have to sell, I think, because we're not going to be able to move it. So that's going to be a fun little challenge to get everything sold off before we move. I am not going to do what I did last time and run the 2 farms in parallel. So if you didn't watch the transition between, so this series started on Maypole, moved to Glenlarden. If you didn't watch that transition, I came here at the end of, I think in the middle of winter actually, and basically didn't move all of the animals across until I'd got food sorted, and that's not going to work this time. It made it harder for me because I had to run another save in the background. Not really complaining about that. But it was a bit of a faff sometimes to keep them aligned. But I want to do it as a clean move. I think it'll be a case of crashing into hedges. It'll be a case of selling off everything before we move. I have to keep remembering that when I'm using the wheel, I have to unturn the wheel to engage BCA. Oh, thank you to whoever it was that confirmed that for me as being the issue. But yeah, so we're going to have to sell everything. Going to take the animals. We might store some kit back in the UK. I don't think that particularly everything needs to come across. We'll see. I might take everything just because, the reality is it's really easy to move everything in the XML. So, yeah. Might just move everything. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, I think that's going to be a really nice change to go to something completely different from what I've done. I'm just thinking that, and it was an FS19 I played on Bergeischland, and I loved that map. I didn't get to play it enough because FS22 came out. That was a really nice map. It was really nice to play a different map. And so going to another map in that kind of, probably not exactly the same, sorry if I offend you by saying it, going to another map that's a similar area might be kind of fun. And we'll actually finish the save off this. I'll finish the save. We'll do a similar thing. We'll do a couple of years on there, probably. So yeah, it might be. I think it's going to be nice. It's going to be a refreshing change, and it might, reinvigorate things a bit. So I have found it hard chatting to Kartek about this. Partly since Llama, but partly because, say, the last week in the real world has been very stressful. I've found that I've not been wanting to pick Farm Sim up so much. This is probably the most I've played Farm Sim this week. Let's put the seeder down. So, yeah. Going to something very different might be quite refreshing. I've been playing a lot of SnowRunner. I think I've spoken about that. Loved the predecessor spin tires way back when. And have had SnowRunner for a long time. Played it a little bit. It was brought to me by one of the community. Really appreciate that. Played it for a little bit and then put it down. Picked it up again recently and got into it a lot more. I did end up using a modded truck to finish a mission off, and I felt like I was cheating because it was very powerful compared to what I had. But it meant that I could progress because I was at a point where I was pretty much stuck. So yeah, that was fun. See if we can get this finished. This might be it for this video. I might just get this job done. Mrs. D is due back home very soon, so I might get the rolling done off camera, and then I'll work out where we go next. I guess the other thing is I keep mentioning community multiplayer. So the server is up and running. It is currently available to patrons, YouTube channel members, and what I call channel supporters. And the access is through Discord, so the details are on the Discord server. And if you have one of those roles, you should be able to see it. If you think you should be able to see it and you can't, message me. But it may actually have happened already by the time this video comes out, but over the next few days, I'm going to be opening it up to people on Discord that are part of the community. And that means I'm going to be using the role system that's built into the MeBot on there. Not role, the level system. And it's probably going to be about level 5 or 6, something like that. So you don't have to be that, you have to talk to death, but you do need to be part of the community. So I keep saying it so that people have a chance. If you want to be involved and play and you're not on the Discord and you're on there but you're not chatting, go chat to people. If you haven't got access and you would really like it sooner rather than later, stick a comment below or drop me a message on Discord and maybe we can sort that out. So, anywho, not got a huge amount done, but we've got a nice little job done. We've had a little bit of a chat. And yeah, I'll get this rolled off camera. And when we come back next time, I'll try and make some real progress. Let's say thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. I've just realised, I think, that when my mic is cutting out, or when the screen's cutting out, the mic might be as well. So that could be fun to edit. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the support. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button. Any comments, questions, or suggestions, stick them below. And I will see you next time.